somehow. You have to be unique. And I don't know if it's enough anymore to just have good grades, some sort of service. A lot of people would like help out at a food kitchen for, a couple times, and they check off the service box. Like, the reality is everybody's resume looks like that. And so you really have to just have something, whatever it is, that really is unique to you. And I'll just share my experience. Is I worked at a cowboy ranch in Colorado, actually, for 2 summers when I was in undergrad, and just kind of totally this different experience. I didn't grow up with horses or anything. I just, I went out and did it. And when I had my interviews at dental school, and this is not just OSU. I think most likely this applies to most dental schools, but I really believe over half of the time in my interviews, I talked about the ranch. I didn't talk about, whatever, my undergrad classes or my service. It was really about the ranch. And it was because the interview people kept asking me questions about it. They found it very interesting. And I think, I found a way to kind of tie it into dentistry. For example, I gave people horse rides. And so I had to take these families who came and maybe had never ridden a horse, and they might be very anxious. And I would have to make them feel comfortable on a horse. I'd have to teach them how to ride a horse. So there's teaching involved. And I had to then somehow make conversation with the family for sometimes, 2 to 3 hour ride. So you can see how easily those 3 things really coincide with dentistry. You're going to have to make people feel comfortable. You have to teach them. There's a lot of teaching involved, and then you have to just be able to make conversation. So I just use that as my example because I was a biology major. I just feel like if I didn't have the ranch, my resume probably would have blended in with everyone else's. And I think you can kind of put yourself in the seat of an interviewer. That would probably get a little boring, kind of hearing like that run-of-the-mill same response to every question. I think having something like the ranch for me set me apart, and it gave them something to ask me that they found interesting. Obviously, working at a ranch is not going to be for everyone, but I think that's just an example to me that you really need just some sort of unique thing or unique experience that you can really talk about, and hopefully also kind of connect how that's could help you be a better dentist too. So that to me that's the biggest thing I could think of what made me get accepted, because I think other than that, my resume was probably fairly average.